Everyone, welcome to the Super Metroid Randomizer multi-category tournament. This is a match that just started, and it is between ptoil on the left and Thorneto on the right. I am Craid Gamer, and welcome everybody. I am being joined by Papa Schmel. Papa, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I appreciate that fine intro, and I appreciate being here with all you fine folks watching some good old Super Metroid Randomizer, Area Randomizer, and Boss Randomizer. Let's go.
Indeed. So, the settings for week 2 are light area randomization, major minor item randomization, and boss shuffle. Papa, do you want to explain a little bit about that?
Sure. So, boss shuffle's pretty self-explanatory. It just means that when any of our runners go into a boss door, that door could be one of any of the 4 bosses. So, Craid, Dragon, Ridley, and Fantoon. So the bosses have been randomized, and we have area randomization. So that means there's a bunch of portals around Zeebs that don't connect to their regular spots. They'll connect to other locations in the map. So the runners are going to have to figure out, memorize, or maybe track where all these portals go to, and make sure that they also track what bosses they've beaten. Because as we know, some doors unlock when you beat certain bosses. So you might have to visit a place twice after coming to do something like that. But we are in Green Brinstar, making our way around. What do you expect to see here, Crazy Gamer, or what do you hope to see?
Yeah, so personally, I like to just see majors that are not E-tanks, reserve tanks, etc. And unfortunately, it looks like the seat has given them all E-tanks and reserve tanks currently.
Yeah, not anything special here except for the morph ball for our runners. Uh, Collecting ammo this early in is definitely important, especially since with these settings we don't always get to see charge beams, so players might be wanting to collect some ammo, knowing that they might not get charge.
Yep. And luckily, they do have the full complement of minor items. They do have missiles, super missiles, and power bombs. So their mobility is going to be a little bit better than other seeds that we've seen in the last few races and in the last week or two.
Yeah, I think we were just talking about not having power bombs for like an hour. Those seeds are fun.
Indeed. So, Green Brinstar is going to have a lot of major items, and there's 3 portals out of here, and they're going to want to find Red Brinstar to find a lot more portals as well.
Yes, absolutely. Green Bryn is definitely a good section of the game to find in Area Rando. It's got a fair amount of majors because it connects over to Big Pink here as well. So we at least have two majors that we can check here, and a bunch of miners. If you're looking for miners, there's a lot of good spots here as well. So this is definitely a good area to find very early in the game.
Indeed. So, with major minor splits, runners are going to be incentivized to really go for miners that are quick. So, something like, let's say, like the Edakun's power bomb location would not be a good check, but there's others that are.
Yeah, anything that's kind of still in the room, you don't have to do any room transitions are great. But sometimes you just got to go out your way and start getting as much as you can until you're comfortable with your loadout. Still, nothing for our runners. Ptoil going at a wave gate and being rewarded with yet another E-tank. 4 E-tanks so far.
We've got Charge Beam coming up, so, well, the Charge Beam location coming up. And supers are always nice.
Yes, definitely some supers. Supers become a little bit more important to me with these rando settings, and there we go.
Sick.
There's a nice one. So no hell runs today for either of our runners. This will be an interesting seed. It's looking kind of jetty so far. We'll see if that continues on.
Yeah, early barrier is always nice, just because it takes just Norfair just off the table in terms of things that can kill you, which is great, and it just gives you a lot more exploration.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, But sorry, to finish my thought there, I was saying collecting supers, at least for me, is pretty important in the beginning of area, or especially with boss rando, because you can encounter Ridley far sooner than you would ever expect to. And you definitely want to have at least a charge beam or 30 supers in your pocket for that little fiasco.
Indeed, and that's a wrinkle that boss shuffle really adds to it, because you have to be prepared for any boss, and you may have to reset out of it if you come across a Ridley and you don't have the ammo or the suits to do it.
Yep, it's definitely a fun one. Looks like Thorneto's slideshow is showing us that looks to be taking about the same route as ptoil so far. Might be a little bit behind, it's kind of hard to tell, but it seems to be that the runners are kind of headed in the same directions.
Yeah, I wasn't keeping track of the portals, so I assume they didn't find. They just dipped Green Brinstar and just did as much as they could there. Now they're just gonna double back.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Vanillatorian.
Yep, there is our G4. So yeah, so that is one of the 5 portals in criteria with light area. Rando saying we guarantee your Torian is here because there's only one portal with Torian, and it's got to be connected to the same spot as the regular game. Oh, we have a Spazer check here from Thor. don't know if we got to see what it was, unfortunately. If I can pull this up.
We're finding a lot of portals right away because the bottom of Red Tower just has 3 portals just all right there next to each other. We will be able to see the Spazer check on ptoil side. Shocking.
Yeah, didn't expect that. As it's when these seeds just give you E-tanks, they just give you E-tanks. And then other seeds just hide them all in one little corner of the world there.
Here's a question. Does ptoil know how to do the deboosts?
For X-ray,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that Ptoil probably could do it. Um, whether
Looks
or
like
not
he's going
they
right by it.
choose to, yeah. I don't know how efficient or how many times Ptoil has practiced that. All right, a little Brinstar leading us back to the meme route criteria. I'm gonna mark that on the map. I'm gonna try to track this.
Yeah, that was a good climb for ptoil. Just getting up there super quick.
Yeah, very well done. Red Tower can be a fierce and fickle mistress sometimes.
So these are minor items, but it's 2 right there, so it's pretty good to pick up. Yeah, before you usually want to pick up 3 power bombs, at the minimum, because you definitely want a crystal flash just in case you need it.
Yes.
And like we mentioned before, you definitely want to pick up at least 30 supers just in case you run into Ridley before you find Charge Beam.
Yep. Not a fun fight. So we got 30 of 15 and 20 and 20. So Pitola couldn't even kill Ridley at this point.
That's Vanilla West Meridia from Red Tower.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Thank you for calling that out. I'm gonna mark that. Okay, we had Vanilla G4 and this upper. Oh, okay, that leads to the lower Norfair. There's our LN access at the top of upper Norfair.
Ptoil does not have height jump boots, so the lava dive is not in logic yet. They've got the energy tanks to do it, though.
Yep, little high jumpless lava dive never hurt anybody.
Unless you're bad at it, like I am. Then it hurts a lot.
Gonna see what's behind ice door number 1. Still.
Well, that's half the EE tanks less than 15 minutes into the seed.
and a reserve. Ooh. Samus Eater's gotta eat sometimes.
Just pop in, say hello, and then get out.
Alright. Thor gonna take a little save here. I applaud any saving at any point. I've messed up too many things and not how to save, especially with settings that I'm just getting used to and everything like that. So save your games, folks.
Yep, it is way better to take a save instead of, not taking a save and then losing progress if you take a death somewhere.
Absolutely. I heard that too, Lomian. And there is our third major item reveal. We got spring ball at high jump.
So seeing Spring Ball before gravity is always a little concerning because that's part of the Sula's Meridia package.
Yeah, I'd much rather have grapple than spring ball, but I suppose it'll do if I'm going down to meridia.
So Thorneto's going to be picking up the Spring Ball soon-ish.
Yeah, gotta get an E-tank first. Gotta get
Always.
that E-tank. We're really starved for E-tanks. So
There's so many E-tanks left.
I really liking ptoil's morph ball sprite here.
Yeah, what is the sprite?
I don't know. Looks cool. I dig it. Ancient Chozo sprite, apparently, is what Glove says. I dig it. Let me use that one. I want a Phazon suit, Samus. I need one of those for Super Metroid, please. Not sure if you're a Prime fan, but
To
the
be honest,
Phazon suit is wicked.
I've not played a Prime game.
All right. You've got some homework, sir.
Sure do.
Is there a Phazon suit? I haven't seen it, or I'm just blind. But I'm gonna
Yep.
find out later.
So Speed Booster was, surprise, surprise, another E-tank.
Okay, Seed. Well, I may have jinked us by calling this seed a little jetty, I think is what I said at the very beginning. So maybe the seed gods heard me and decided they're just gonna slow everything down a little bit. You would think there'd be something at Wave, Dirty Mike. You would think.
Damage boost to get over. We're
Yeah,
gonna check.
very nice.
Gonna check Norfair Reserve in a minute.
Wreck Ship Reserve, let's go.
Video game.
All right. We really don't have that many places to check. I mean, there's still some portals, but you have to do some pretty heavy backtracking if there's nothing here in Upper Norfair.
Well, P12 can still check Wave, like you mentioned, and there's also another portal that normally takes you to Lower Norfair. And
And
those
Croc.
portals... And Croc, yeah. And Croc does have two majors behind him, so that is probably the place where P12's looking to go.
Ptoil having to set up the run from the save room here. That's how you get up to make that wall jump without doing the like pixel perfect jump in the room. You don't have speed. Don't got speed. Don't got high jump.
Yeah, obviously better to do it with high jump, but is perfectly capable to do it without.
Yeah, I don't know why I said speed. You'd actually need to take speed off in order to make that jump. without high jump.
Because for
But
some reason,
they could take like maybe a couple of E-tanks
speaking of,
and put them on their shoes and see if that would make them taller. They have
mm,
enough E-tanks.
yep, we have ourselves some high jump boots.
Very nice.
So now the lava dive is in logic, and that's I'm sure weighing on P12's mind. Now, granted, we know the other lower Norfair portal is somewhere in upper Norfair, so it may be easier to find the other portal and just go in through the back, but at the same time, you would leave behind the major that's at screw attack.
If our runners decide to even go, a lot of people will just skip GT because it's a couple of rooms and you'd have to fight the boss and it takes a long time and whatever. But at this point, with so little majors that so little progression items, that might be something that ends up happening.
Right, so P12 found Craid's warehouse, but because this is boss rando, it may not be Craid, so he's going to take the save.
Yep, because if it's Ridley, yeah, very heads up play to remember to save here.
If it's Craid, if he farms supers, he could do it. He's got Varia.
Yes, no, he's yeah. Pito has 30 supers for sure, and I think if what I expect to see here is maybe some mini Craid farming. Might get the supers and then come back in the door, grab some more supers.
Yeah, I would expect that too.
Oh, gets the super trap from the bug. It's almost like Pito knew that was gonna happen.
Gamer.
Oh my god.
And gonna take the energy refill. Oh, and the missile refill as well.
Yep. Why not?
This is also a heads-up play. Remembering that this is here and you can take it.
Yeah. Knowing the seed here, it's just gonna give him Craid or something. Could be vanilla Craid.
Which would be fine, because that opens up 2 major locations.
Yeah. It always feels a little bit unfortunate to walk out of Craid's lair and see that Craid's closet not be unlocked.
Whoop,
and
there it is.
Mr. Ridley. And there's a reset.
Yep. Thorneto did not have the supers for it, and P12 was rewarded for his prep.
Yeah, and unfortunately, even if Thor had prepped, he's only got 20 supers, so wouldn't have been able to do much to Ridley either.
And welcome in the 47, coming in from SpeedGaming 5. We are in the middle of a Super Metroid Randomizer, a multi-category tournament race between ptoil and Thorneto.
2022?
What, did I say something different?
No, I just wanted to add to your awesome words. I didn't know you said the year.
Oh,
even if you did, I just wanted to be very passionate about it because I'm excited about this.
That's fine. It's 2022, absolutely. All right, Ridley down on ptoil's side. Let's see what's behind Ridley. Sure.
Okay. You never leave X-ray scope. You never leave it. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, on the chance that you get plasma and charge beam, you don't want to pass that up.
Yeah, it's a good time save, and it just feels great to microwave a little bit of shrimp.
Thorneto doing a nice wall jump up the side to get to Norfair Reserve. Obviously way easier with high jump.
Yep. Still takes a little finesse, though.
We missed the Craid tank.
Oh. That we did.
Did anybody catch that?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
right.
We're
I was
yeah,
hung up on the
that's why
hypothetical that if it was Craid there, then you'd open it up.
it's there. It's my
Good,
fault.
and
I
also my
didn't.
fault. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Pito is gonna check the last. Well, nope, it's not the last one. There's two portals left. There's Lower Norfair portal um, and the Croc portal, and we're probably gonna see the Croc portal on the Thorneto side relatively quickly.
Yep.
And there's Croc.
Rocking his friend at the door.
Tornado gets through the wave gate with the gate glitch, and he's gonna find the other Lower Norfair portal. Yep, had to be by process of elimination.
Oh.
Decides not to. I feel like he's got the ammo for it, right? And he knows it's not Ridley at the end of it, so... Oh, that's a nice find. Croc holding the gravity suit.
Alrighty.
So... ptoil is a speed booster or ice away from Gomo. Do I have that right?
Except for the ammo, yes.
And or charge beam or ammo, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty substantial find.
And yeah. And as Tracy mentions in chat, Ori Dragon Kill will also put him in Go mode because the Dragon Kill opens up the Cack Alley, which removes the requirement to beat Botwoon. So
Yes, the backdoor secret, super secret way.
that only becomes relevant in Boss Shuffle. So P12's farming up here. Is this just to have ammo, I guess? It's just a good place to farm.
Oof.
Fire fleas.
Thor making a executive decision there. Very well done to not snag that reserve tank, so I had enough.
Yeah, they are very much okay with energy for the rest of the game. Tornado is going to take the trip down.
And P12 gonna follow. Gonna go see what this miner is.
Not the missile you want.
Yeah, I think at this point you decide to commit to ammo or commit to charge, because if you do something somewhere in the middle, you're either gonna lose a bunch of time with fanfares and stuff like that. I would probably just go for one, go for ammo, and if you find charge, cool.
E12 putting Spring Ball to good use in the maze for another missile tank, which he's not picking up.
There is another option to, yeah. So it looks like Thor may be.
Yeah, this farm is not pretty with a pea shooter and no grapple.
Okay, Thor's just going. So he doesn't have crystal flash ammo. That means, okay, it's not Dragon. So he's gonna be alright. He would have had to, as pointed out in chat, he's got high jump, double spring ball jump out of Dragon's Lair, or do a crystal flash and get snagged by Dragon's Claws to store a spike suit for getting out of there.
And can you miss it? Thorneto takes down Craid. And gets regular bombs for his troubles.
Okay, thanks.
So power bombs were in Power Bomb of Shame. It's probably a skip, regardless if you're on an ammo hunt or not.
Yeah, 15 PBs is at this point there's not really any reason to pick them up unless you just are tired of managing your PBs because you don't have bombs and you just want to get an extra pack. But
Yeah, once you have the Crystal Flash ammo for power bombs, that's pretty much all you need. Especially when you already have varying gravity.
yeah, gives you what you need for Metroids as well.
And another quick kill by ptoil. This time by ptoil.
Very well done. No dancing for Craid tonight.
Okay, so ptoil's next move. What would ptoil's next move be after doubling back out of here? I assume just go to Meridia because you picked up a gravity suit.
Could be if the Craid closet item is on the way, probably want to go do that. I mean, if there's a major you can get to pretty easily, probably want to go do that because as soon as you find charge and ice or speed, then you're done and you can just go. So Thor carefully making her way out of Lower Norfair.
The energy is a concern.
Yeah, it doesn't have any beams, and those gonna have to get past 3 musketeers here. It wants to try to take the least amount of energy as possible. Preferably no damage. Thank you. Okay,
Oh, he's
going
gonna tank
for,
it. That's
okay. Oh,
this is dicey. Yep. When did he save?
he just saved coming out of the end of Ridley, so we're good.
Not a huge time loss. That was perfect.
Yeah, and see how ptoil can fare with almost the same energy. The difference here, though, Thor probably would have survived had they trained the reserves prior to going into 3 musketeers, because the last musketeer, I don't know what his name is. Do we know the 3 musketeers' names?
No.
Okay. Well, we're gonna call him Gerald. Gerald got to hit twice on Thorneto B. Once, to trigger the reserves, and then once again because the iframes had run out after the reserves were done.
Yep. Okay, so ptoil's on the way out. Has to take the long way, unfortunately, because they don't have the beams necessary to go through Speedless Speedway.
Yeah, there's a trick to getting through there. Yeah, I was referencing the actual musketeers from the story. Thor's looking to
This
Crystal
is Crystal.
Flash.
Yeah, this is Crystal Flash. Yeah, this is absolutely correct, especially if you have
Yeah,
the ammo for it.
yeah, it's a good call. You don't wanna do that twice.
Okay, here is the Craid tank. Not
And
bad, but we already did lower Norfair.
yeah, I knew Screw was gonna show its face in this seed with both of our runners having finished Lower Norfair. Real
I mean,
classy, real
I mean,
classy.
you never turn it down, but
Sure. Yeah.
all right. I assume P12 is on the way to Meridia now, even though can't
I
get
would
to the
be.
boss yet. You just check majors and hope you get there.
Majors, minors. Let me think here. Um, unless there is something else that can be done. I mean, we haven't seen Reg Ship yet. Reg Ship always tends to kind of show up late in the game because there's only two portals to it, and um,
Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe Wreck Ship is the play because you can get to the boss, and if it's Dragon, then that puts you in actual go mode.
yeah, for sure. We just have to find Reg Ship. So you could be looking at your map here saying, okay, what portals have I not checked yet? And then search that way, hoping you find Reg Ship. Um, or yeah, take a gamble to Meridia.
Yeah, I
So
would say because you have Gravity Suit, you can just go through Meridia, and you don't have to.
speaking of gravity suit, Thor's happy to find that, I'm sure. I'm trying to figure out what Thor probably thinks at this point as far as being ahead, behind.
E12 is making the way into West Meridia. Gonna check Mama Turtle first, it looks like.
Somebody I think said P-Tool never checks Mama Turtle.
Well, here's P12 checking Mama Turtle.
Ooh, there's a
Hmm,
nice fancy.
if you can get it.
I don't know if you need speed for this. Oh, okay. It's gonna do a little spring ball jumpy and unmorph, and very nice. Very well done.
That was a impressively high spring ball jump with high jump boots.
Yeah, there's a bunch of ways you can tackle that Mama Turtle location. Um, you can even do it with one power bomb. If you do a wall jump from the very top and kind of lay a power bomb as you're morphing into the morph ball, and then kind of do a diagonal ball jump. It's really tight, but if you can do it, you really don't need a whole lot to get there.
So Thorneto finds Spazer at grapple.
Hello, Spazer.
Okay, so looks like Thor is committed on ammo because he's checking sine wave.
The old cosine missiles.
And P12 is going to check X-ray. It's got the tanks for it. Just needs to be able to get up there. Oh, and it got bombs to infinite bomb jump up there. Okay, we're good.
Yeah. Oh, that waiver tried to ruin ptoil's day, but no dice.
Hey, he's got it.
That was.
And this part's a little tricky.
Yeah. Definitely don't want this to take too many tries. Hopefully, there's not a waiver like trying to snipe from the side here for ptoil. That would just feel awful.
Gets it in short order. Yep.
And there she blows.
Alright, that ends the ammo hunt for ptoil, so now he's just looking for a way to get to the Meridia boss. So that's either going to be Speed Booster, Ice Beam, or Kill Dragon.
Well, or option number 4 has enough ammo for a Crystal Flash, so it could do a Crystal Flash clip into Bot Wound with the bombs that they now have.
Indeed.
So ptoil sitting very pretty at the moment. Thor still running around Zeebs looking for a couple things. Luckily was able to finally get a beam of some type. Has been running around with a P-shot for a solid 35 minutes.
Looks like Thor's going to take another attempt at Ridley. Or check this.
She's got 50-25. Hopefully knows, it's pretty easy to farm missiles right before Ridley. Yeah. So.
It is technically enough ammo.
Yeah, you just have to compensate 15 missiles for your missing. Or sorry. Yeah, 15 missiles. I did maths, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
I mathed it up.
Mm-hmm. Yep, just gotta farm supers at mini Craid.
Oh, it's double damage. I did math it right.
You almost mathed it right. That's good enough, right?
It was the thought that counts. Maybe. Who knows?
Absolutely. Alright,
See
ptoil is gonna check
meridia.
the left sand pit. Ooh, look at that. It's an E-tank. So by my count, that is 10 of the game's 14 E-tanks that we've found so far.
I don't even know how many we found.
Yeah. This is absolutely the wreck ship play. ptoil is going to go to Forgotten Highway. Yeah, because wreck ship is a boss that you can do, so you might as well do it. Get it out of the way, and hopefully you find the last item you need. Or if it's Dragon, you're in go mode.
Yeah. I don't feel like ptoil feels like they're behind by a whole lot. You always kind of feel like you're behind when you're in a race and you don't know, you can't watch. But ptoil has gotten, the items that was probably desired in a pretty steady pace. Got Varia, then got Gravity, and it's, it feels like the seed, at least on ptoil's side, has been kind of catering to their needs as they go. Looks like a very nice fight from Thor.
And down goes Ridley. Bit of a hesitation there, but decides to pick it up.
That's the right decision. For anybody just dropping in, this is the 2022 Super Metroid multi-category randomizer tournament. This is week 2. This is a week 2 race where our runners are dealing with area rando and boss rando. Trying to work through Zeebs here. There are 7 weeks of the Swiss rounds in this tournament, and then we go to brackets. So a lot of awesome stuff. So many Super Metroid races going on every single week. I'd love to see it.
Indeed, and with Dragon in wreck ship, that will put ptoil in go mode. So this does have to be an ammo kill because there is... Oh, never mind. It's microwave.
That's why you always pick up that X-ray.
I was going to say there's no grapple and no speed booster, but they do have the combination of plasma beam, X-ray scope, and charge beam. Makes killing some bosses way easier.
Do you check the item at this point, knowing you're in go mode? Do you hope it's speed, and you just check it anyway?
Yeah, it's a quick check. Of course it is.
Why?
Of course it's a reserve tank. Nothing else video game.
Yeah, definitely ice and speed. Yeah, we're just gonna watch the credits, and all it's gonna talk about are E-tanks and reserve tanks. It's not even gonna tell us where anything else is.
I have to assume everything else is in the wreck ship, because we're not checking it.
Yep. Gravity.
Right side super. Yeah, I just assume everything else is here.
Nice little gap skips across the spikes there for ptoil. Ooh, little spring ball swagginess. You'd love to see it, unless you're MM2.
We appreciate the spring ball here.
Thorneto kind of blind checking this Main Street item here, just hoping for some more ammo.
Yeah. Declining to pick up the missiles, but at the same time, if you're going for just ammo, like it's a little tough to turn it down.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, if you snag a missile, you're at 60, then you're gonna need 40 super missiles to get through Mother Brain.
Is that 40-60?
60-40.
Because I know 60 supers takes down Mother Brain 2.
Correct. You would have to, like, I think that's the minimum amount you would need. Hey, got another little spring ball jump to plasma.
Very good. And ptoil is going to take Cat Alley to get to the last boss, which we know is Phantoon. So another dumb question, which will come up in a couple minutes. Do you check Batoon E-Tank on the way out?
Um, let's see. I think it depends on if that's the path that is taken to get to Torian. Because after this, that's where I would imagine ptoil would be just looking straight ahead to Torian, and if there's
Yeah.
anything in that path, cool, might check it. But
Yeah, it's a little out of the way. Not a whole lot out of the way, but at the same time, if you're in go mode, it's probably correct to just beeline it to Torian.
yeah, you're looking to get to criteria right away. As we saw, the Torian G4 location is vanilla.
Bantoon is another boss that can be microwaved, so gonna make use of that. And that's it.
That's 4 bosses down for ptoil.
Meanwhile, Thor's in East Meridia, and he's gonna check the left sandpit, which we know is not gonna be any of the items he's looking for. We'll
Yeah, no,
figure
it
out.
will be.
Yeah,
He's looking
it
for
will.
E-tanks, right?
Oh yeah. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
We'll take the super. That's probably a lot better.
Yeah. Might have been more beneficial to go down right sandpit. At least get 2 minor locations checks. Not that he knew it was going to be an E-tank, but just in hindsight, of course.
Yeah, you check the left regardless, I think. And fun thing about area rando is that these two portals link to each other when vanilla they very much do not. So if you go down that alley, you end up back at Aqueduct.
Yeah.
So it looks like ptoil is going to go back through the wreck ship to end up at Crateria.
Yeah, I was trying to find out where I didn't mark every single portal, but I was trying to figure out what would be the quickest route to criteria. But it looks like ptoil knows the way.
Yeah, because it's light area rando, it's easier just because the path is just like vanilla-ish, and going the other way would be just a lot longer. Because if you're in East Meridia, then you have to go to West Meridia to Red Brinstar to Criteria, as opposed to here you could just go to Wreck Ship to Criteria.
I'll tell you what is definitely cool about this these settings, and honestly, all of the setting combinations that are going to be played during this tournament throughout all the weeks. It just, there's a lot of different runners, different skills, and some runners it's their first tournament, such as yourself, I believe, and
Correct.
it really, unless you play this kind of stuff all the time, which I definitely don't. It's so much fun, but I don't play it all the time, so I have to figure out like what trick I can No, I mean, I guess it goes for all randomizers, but it's just trying to figure out how to move through a room with the loadout you have, trying to go into a situation the best possible way and have your movement be good. Like I'm watching ptoil just like kind of plow through these rooms, and Thor's doing a lot of good stuff as well. And it's just all that more impressive to see, you know, a seed done well and routed well and good movement. So GG's to both our runners and to the people who set up this cool, awesome tournament.
Indeed, just being able just to see a lot of these runners just do well in just a lot of different conditions, like especially with randomizer settings. It's just really cool to see. So, hats off.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so
Did Thor refill at the ship? I mean, I'm sorry, did ptoil refill at the ship?
nope, because when you are in area rando, the Torian elevator does it for you.
Maybe I saw Thor. Maybe that's what I was looking at.
Yeah, it looks like Thor did take it, which is
Gotcha.
fair, because why not?
Oh yeah, they're going to Gauntlet. You never know. Gauntlet Gauntlet doesn't care how many E-tanks you have sometimes.
hmm So because P12 does not have Ice Beam, they have to kill the Metroids with Power Bomb, so having the 15 was important, and I assume Gauntlet was nothing because Thorneto reset.
Probably an E-tank.
Probably right.
Ptoil doing a nice little juggling act. Spring Ball is very nice for such things.
Before we miss the chant, I do want to shout out the USS Enterprise as the Thorneto's ship.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a stab and say that Nintoaster either created that or had a hand in it or mentally just like made it happen somehow. Huge Star Trek fan, but I dig it. There's also an X-Wing as well. Hopefully we'll see one of those during the tournament. Wow, Simo. Simo says he has his seed. He immediately went to Shack Tool and it had Varia. Ptoil opting not to even attempt the baby skip. It's going to
Maybe
damage
skip,
down.
skip. I assume lack of wave and maybe speed booster has something to do with that.
Potentially. Maybe you just wanted to show off. The baby skip is not something to be taken lightheartedly. You know, it can be really tricky to do sometimes.
So what's the Zeb skip here? Because no ice, no speed.
Yeah, no, we're just going
The legendary
on
baby
the
skip skip
old.
and the Zeb skip skip.
Oh, little Kojak there. It's still got enough to take Mother Brain 1 out.
And they have charge plasma, so this will be possible to do, but not obviously not the quickest.
Yeah, I was trying to let's see. Well, that ruins the math. Would it have been 40 shots with this beam combo?
no idea what the damages are for any of these beams. Except the full beam combo, that's 900, I think.
Right. 40 shots. Tracy confirmed. At least I did some math right today.
That's all I can ask for. And ketchup beam, so we're pretty close to the end of it.
Ooh.
Not gonna do the stand-up glitch. The beam is not worth the amount of time you would save.
Yeah, I imagine there might be some time save, but
Not
how
worth
small,
the risk of
how
stall
small it
blocking.
would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ptoil may have looked over at the race time GG chat at this point. Just kind of curious. Got a nice couple minutes to just hang out.
Always nervous when you're this close, and it's like, are they? Where are they? Are they close to done yet?
Yeah, especially when you kind of pass the 1 hour mark. You never really know. Feel like you played a good game.
Ptoil's gonna finish it up.
Very well done. Not letting Mother Brain 3 get a word in.
Thorneto's gonna make his way to Fantoon, but this it looks like it's already decided. We'll see if he can get there before P12 makes it off the planet. P12 remembering that he does not have speed boosters, so you gotta do this the long way.
Yeah, no blue bombers today, unfortunately. Unless Ptoil knows some crazy tech I've never seen before. Which is possible. Nice movement through Cathedral for Thor. I mean, that's not the name of that room. Batting 1,000 tonight, let's go.
Coliseum.
Coliseum.
Very nice climb by Ptoil.
Yeah, left side too. I think that was for the fans. And that is a GG for Ptoil, finishing an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, and my eyes are playing tricks on me, 4 minutes and 59 seconds. Well done. GG's to both our runners. That was a steed of many E-tanks. but I think the biggest thing came down to is ptoil finding gravity and Varia very early on, and also having enough enough stuff to take on Ridley and not have to kind of revisit that. So we're gonna try to get our runners in here for a interview.
After defeating Pantoon, Thorneto did stop his timer and it did forfeit from the race.
Yes, indeed. Still very well run. GG store. Gonna continue it on. Why not?
Sure. Came this far.
And we are joined now with the winner of tonight's week 2 race, ptoil, and also joined by Thorneto. GG's to both of you. How are you guys feeling?
Yeah, GG's. I'm
Yeah,
feeling
GG.
good about that. I think I played that pretty well.
Yeah. The seed definitely seemed to unfold. Other than giving you guys 94 e-tanks.
Oh my goodness.
But
And 17 reserves. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, it seemed to unfold pretty nicely for you, ptoil. It was a steady rate of you kind of getting what you needed and going to the right places. Thor, unfortunately, not getting gravity as early as ptoil was able to pick it up, and just shy of being able to fight Ridley the first time. But you guys were pretty on the same path and kind of following in each other's footsteps up until then. But I guess we'll start with ptoil. Is there anything you wanna mention or you wanna to talk about?
I think the cool thing about that
Specifically?
seed was that ice and speed weren't needed, since Dragon was over somewhere else than where he normally is, so you could skip Batoon.
Yeah, it was really cool. We were going
And
over
actually,
that.
yeah, looking at the items at the end, it looks like that was intended too, because speed is at a Rekship E-Tank, which you don't get until after killing Fantoon. And ice was over at Spring Ball. And grapple to get that is at Batoon E-Tank.
Nice. Yeah, that or crystal flash clipping.
Yeah.
Cool. Thor, how you doing over there, sir? Anything
Good.
you
I
want to
mean,
talk about?
nothing too specific. I mean, seed went okay. I had a few mishaps. Ridley the first time was way short on ammo, and then I wasn't really picking up very much ammo. I don't play a lot of major miners, so I guess I underestimate how many miners I need to actually go out of my way to grab. But
Yeah, it's a little
was
tricky to
was
figure
charged
out.
somewhere.
It was
Yeah.
at X-Ray.
Ah, okay. Makes sense. I wouldn't have found that.
Which, granted, we never found space or well, we did find grapple at the end, but
Yeah.
if you were meant to get charge, you had to do it with the D boosts and the infinite bomb jumps.
Makes sense. Yeah, just too many E-tanks. Driving me nuts.
Yeah.
We stopped being surprised by them, I think, after the 15th one. But yeah, I mean, once, I think, before you got charged, ptoil, we were trying to figure out if you were going to kind of risk it into Meridia or head over to try to find wreck ship in hopes that there would be a Dragon over there, and then you could kind of backdoor it into. Because at that point, you didn't have ice, speed, or charge. So it was kind of hunt for the majors as well as
Yeah,
trying to
that was my
route the rest
biggest
of the
worry, not
game.
having ice or speed. I was kind of worried, like, oh no, am I gonna find them before I get to Meridia? How much am I gonna have to check before I find them? I was scared because I went to Croc to get that gravity suit, and then I bailed, and the whole time I was thinking, what if ice or speed is over at grapple, and I skipped it.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
just an E-tank.
Of course.
Right on.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to say though. Thanks for the comms. GG's.
Yeah, thank you for
ptoil.
coming.
Absolutely. Let's also thank our tracker and our restreamers and all the tournament organizers while we're at it. I love being here and being able to be a part of all this stuff, and thank you to Crazed Gamer, my co-com. Much appreciated.
Yeah, not a problem. And shout outs to our tracker, Datser.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, thanks you guys.
And as far as any other races happening tonight, there is a race might still be going on. It was at the same time, but it's not being restreamed. So next race is going to start at 7:10 p.m. tomorrow on SpeedGaming 4, and that's Shy Guy versus 64-Bit Link. But we still have like more than 10 more races left in this weekend here, so we got a lot of Super Metroid for everybody. My name has been Papa Schmo, Crazed Gamer. If you want to take us out, man, go for it.
Absolutely. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed that. And we will see you next mission.